Kick on Sports, this is Coach Charles. Now, I'm feeling very anxious about this Arsenal game. I don't know whether you're feeling the anxiety, but it's killing me. I'm feeling this anxiety. I'm anxious about this game because I know the friends I have. Most of them, 70% are Arsenal fans. So this is really giving me some serious anxiety. I'm anxious about this game. In one way, I'm confident about this game. I'm confident about Manchester United as a team and the way the signings have been good. But I'm also anxious about the fact that we're playing Arsenal on the very first game. The very first game. I don't know what the computer decided to do this time. This is not a game that you play at this time of the year. The very first game, seriously, you should distributed this game farther afield. But anyway, that is how I feel. Anxious about this game. Because it's one of those games that really defines the season. It makes the noise will be starting from day one of the game. Day one, you're already shouting about Manchester United, Arsenal, and where I am, 70% of my friends being Arsenal fans. This is gonna kill. It's gonna kill me, but I am positive. Now, if you're new to the channel, Kick on Sports, just click on the subscribe button because the growth is happening. It is happening, and even as you look at Manchester United, the growth is there. Kick on Sports is also growing, and we are growing fast. Anyway, why am I anxious? The history. That is the first thing. The history between Manchester United and Arsenal has always been dogged by some serious competition. We've had players that will kick their grandmother just to win that ball against an Arsenal player, and Arsenal have had the same kind of players. Remember, if you're old enough, that is, if you're old enough, you remember the days of Roy Keane and Vieira. These guys will make the game just look like a blockbuster, and it was hyped. It was made like the world is ending. Roy Keane against Vieira, and it was tackle after tackle. These guys were made of steel. There was no diving around, there was no falling around, no faking it, just being real men, pure, solid football being played. So the history is littered by some of these giants of the game who made this particular fixture very fundamental to the Premier League. So those years are gone, but Manchester United, Arsenal, the competition is still there. The fan rivalry is off the hook. It is just something that we really have to handle back here. But I know, something just tells me this is a game that Manchester United can easily win. We can pick a win in this game because both teams are not ready. Both teams are not ready, and Arsenal rarely gets good result at Old Trafford. That is something that is written. It has happened many times. That's why I feel a bit confident, but the anxiety is still there. Now, the second reason why the anxiety is killing me is the fact that we have signed some really good players. So it gives me the anxiety in the sense that what if these guys just click on day one and then we just, we spray these guys with goals and goals and goals and goals? Because remember, Shesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo, these are goal machines. These guys have been scoring goals in the Premier League and in the German Bundesliga very easily. It's like Manchester United assembled a collection of up to 40 goals in 3 players. So you can imagine if these guys just click on the first day, the very first game of the season. Damn it, that will be something. That will be something. You feel me? That is something else that is giving me answer. I'm anxious to see how these guys will perform. How will they connect? How will they, play together? That is something that is killing me to see. I can't wait for tomorrow. But anyway, something that I know, time never stops. And if it's bound in time, that game will come. Now, the third thing that is making me very anxious, Arsenal have equally strengthened their team, and they have had a very good 3 seasons in a row. Very good seasons. These guys have had some of the best seasons in a while. In fact, the points that they've been accumulating over the years, those are Premier League winning points. But it has never happened. It didn't happen because Man City took the first 2, Liverpool ran away with the last season. So it creates some kind of anxiety because you're facing a team that is quite strong. This is a team that is very strong. This is a team that has played together. Apart from the new guys who they brought, maybe Gyökeres up top and Zubimendi in the middle, these other guys have been playing together for some time and they know each other. And then Arsenal has this very, very solid defensive partnership. You know, even when you bring in Kiwor, he's equally a good defender. You know, if you bring in Timber, if you bring in the Brazilian and the French guy, those two are quite solid. You know, so Gabriel and the other guy. You know, so it also gives you anxiety. Like, these guys are strong in defense. So will our attack that we've just assembled manage to break this? And will Zubimendi control everything? Because Zubimendi is that kind of player that controls the game. He slows the pace, he ups the pace, he holds the ball, he passes the ball so well. You know, he does some of this thing well. But I am sure, something I know, one way or the other, a defense will crack or an attack will work. And that is just a cause for anxiety. Now, the fourth thing that is making me so anxious, during the first game of the league, Ruben Amorim, I remember the last game he promised Manchester United that we will suffer, but then things will change. I really want this guy to succeed. I really like him. I like Amorim as a coach. So I'm wondering, you know, I hope he is able to set up the team in a way that we can be able to overcome this Arsenal juggernaut. Because Arsenal is not a small team. This is a big team, you know. So I just, you know, I want the best for Amorim, you know. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Still, I ask you, because we were told not to ask so many times, but hey, I need these subscriptions, and that is why I have to ask. Consider subscribing to Kick on Sports, because hey, this channel is growing. Now, the very last reason why I'm anxious, the very last season why I'm anxious, is I have made a lot of noise. Yeah, I've made a lot of noise in this preseason. I've made a lot of noise because of our signing. I've made a lot of noise because of the friendlies that we've had and the performance that the team has been giving. So that's why I'm a bit anxious, because will it come back to bite me? Because hey, we've made a lot of noise back here. Yeah? We've made people feel like we are winning the league. So I just want the best for this team. So these are some of the things that make me really anxious about this game. So what is making you anxious? Are you anxious? Let's start from there. Do you feel like this is a game that has come too soon for both clubs? You know, as a Manchester United fan, do you think this game has come too soon? Because to me, I feel this is a game that should have been played maybe after 10, 11, 12 games, when the teams are now settled and everyone knows how everyone else plays. You know? So give me a comment at the bottom. Share with me your ideas. What do you think? Are you anxious? Because I feel the anxiety is weighing me down. It's weighing me down, but hey, I like it. The Premier League is here. Liverpool are doing what Liverpool does. This Liverpool is wide open, but they will score goals. You know, Newcastle, Aston Villa 0-0. That is a game that was basically played in the middle of the park. Newcastle were toothless. Aston Villa couldn't score. So anyway, the league is here. We are happy. We have something to do. So if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. Bring a friend. Tell a friend. Let's build Kick on Sports. See you in a bit.